Well, people often ask what the hardest decision of my career was. Most expect the answer to involve budgets, schools, health care, perhaps a tax increase. Well, it wasn't any of those. It was a building, or perhaps more accurately, it was two very different ideas of what a city should become. The old riverside warehouse had stood empty for years. Brick walls, steel beams, broken windows. Developers wanted to demolish it, others wanted to save it. For the first time, I realized that nobody entering my office was really talking about architecture. They were talking about the future. The tourism department came first. They never mentioned concrete, or steel, or floor plans. Instead, they showed photographs. Sydney, Bilbao, Hamburg, Dubai. They spoke about skylines, about postcards, about cities people recognize instantly. One sentence stayed with me. People don't travel to admire sensible decisions. The architects arrived a few days later. Surprisingly, they showed very few drawings of new buildings. Most of their presentation consisted of old ones: factories, power stations, railway stations, warehouses, places that had found entirely new lives without pretending their history had never existed. One architect said quietly, "Every city wants to leave something behind. Sometimes the greatest achievement is realizing something valuable is already there." Well, then came the sustainability specialists. Unlike everyone else, they hardly spoke about beauty. They spoke about carbon, embodied energy, demolition, waste, construction emissions. Their conclusion sounded almost mathematical. The greenest building is often the one already standing. Again, they were difficult to argue with. Then the heritage organizations arrived. Their presentation surprised me. It wasn't nostalgic, it wasn't sentimental. They weren't trying to preserve every old building, only the ones that told the city's story. One historian looked around the room and asked, "If we erase every chapter before writing the next one, who will remember how the story began?" A week later, the business community visited. Hotel owners, restaurant owners, shopkeepers, conference organizers. Unlike everyone else, they spoke entirely about visitors, hotel nights, restaurants, jobs, tax revenue. One cafe owner smiled before saying, "Beautiful memories pay salaries." Nobody in the room laughed, because everyone knew what she meant. By then, something strange had happened. Every group had convinced me. Yet no two groups seemed to be talking about quite the same thing. The newspapers quickly chose sides. Some called the warehouse a symbol of the past. Others called it the soul of the city. Politicians became experts overnight, mostly by agreeing with whoever already voted for them. Every interview seemed certain. Every headline sounded confident. Yet inside the council chamber, certainty was becoming increasingly difficult to find. Then I realized what had been bothering me all along. Everyone kept talking about buildings, but none of them were really arguing about buildings. The tourism department wanted identity. The architects wanted meaning. The sustainability experts wanted responsibility. The conservationists wanted memory. Business owners wanted opportunity. Politicians wanted re-election. The media wanted certainty before certainty existed. During those weeks, I looked at dozens of famous buildings, new landmarks, remarkable restoration projects, award-winning architecture. I admired all of them. None of them were wrong. The council votes in 2 weeks. Whether we choose to build something new or give something old a second life isn't really the question that stays with me. The real question is much more complicated. How do you create a city that's worth visiting without forgetting the people who live there?